Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sumter and Kent. This is going to be an extra special edition. My name is Elmira. We also have Terrence here. Just a little bit of an introduction. We are talking about Vanilla Ice's song, Ice Ice Baby. And it seems like now we got a return of the ice. So we're going to break down what made this song a hit, what makes it still a hit, what's going on in the astrology, the cardology. Well, Terrence, what you got to say up front?
Well, today is a special day, especially in astrology, because it is the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, and it's happening at 0 degrees Aries. And Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, also known as the world point. So this is like a complete reset. It's like a new beginning. Uh, so we're going to see a lot of new things coming up from this point forward in the world.
We've been seeing it. I mean, I can tell you up front before we even get into, I just got a text message from one of my sisters who works at a high school. She said her students, some of the students at the school had an ICE protest, and it ended up with 5 fights broke out. They had to get the police in there and everything. I was like, what? Apparently something around the city, around the county that was agreed upon by the students. So what we can see, because I believe, and you should know this, Terrence, you reminded me, I heard this on another astrology podcast. They were saying the last time we had this particular conjunction was in 1966. Is that right?
Well, no, actually, 1989 was the last Saturn Neptune
Oh,
conjunction.
okay. Okay.
It's every 36 years.
Oh, okay. So it was every 36 years.
Yeah.
Well, we had stuff going on then, y'all. So it's always something going on, something crazy. Well, let's get into it. What you got to share with us first, because I know you prepared some beautiful
Uh,
slides that'll give us a representation of everything.
yeah, this is I'll do this first one real quick just to introduce uh what's going on right now with the are you able to see the
Mm-hmm.
my screen? Yeah. So yeah, today, February 20th, this is Saturn and Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries. And I used this this presentation today is brought to you by Notebook LM. I'm not
Notebook.
getting I'm,
Woo-hoo.
I'm not getting paid by Google, but they definitely have a nice product here that allowed me to change things up and upgrade my presentation style this week. So I made this slideshow with it. And the title it made for this one is The Great Thaw. So this Saturn meets Neptune at the zodiac starting line, a new synodic reset, the end of the 1989 cycle. So I guess you could say the Ice Age began in 1989, and now we're moving out of that now in 2026. And we have here the 0 degrees, as I said earlier, that's the world point. So that means maximum public visibility. So you got things like the ICE raids and protests, that's worldwide, or at least definitely nationwide news here in the US. And you got the Epstein files, all that's going on. And then they're talking about releasing UFO files next. So that's
All
going to have the
kinds of
world.
stuff.
Yeah, the world is definitely focused, has things to focus on right now. And yeah, planets at this degree cannot remain private. The archetype manifests as global headlines and inescapable public policy. Private suffering, represented by Neptune, becomes state enforcement, which is represented by Saturn. So enforcement is ICE, military, police. There's definitely a lot of military activity going on around the world too. Um, yeah, here we go. The synthesis, the militarized dream. Over here we have suspect A, Saturn, which is the wall, which is your structure, borders, gravity, the law. Suspect B, Neptune, is the dream, disillusion, invisible threats, ideals, refugees, and the two of them are merging together. Let's see. Then we have the historical echoes, the 36-year cycle. 1989, that was the end of the Capricorn cycle, which was internal dissolution, structures rot from the inside out. And I think this image, I think it was it the Berlin Wall, I think, that was knocked down in
Yeah,
1989?
somebody can tell us in the chat too. What y'all give us some clarification because I don't
I can't
remember.
remember.
How old was I then? 11. I
Yeah,
should know at 11, but Elmira
I
don't
think
know.
I was 8. I believe that's what it was, but that was the end of the previous cycle, which was the Capricorn cycle. And now here we are moving into the Aries cycle, which is active assertion, the raid, the ice raids. You got forceful construction of new boundaries, new borders, like border patrol. They're talking about taking over Greenland. We just went into Venezuela. I heard today that there's some activity going on around Cuba right now too.
Mm.
Um, so the mundane manifestation, ice. Identity, I for identity, Aries fire. C for the cold, Saturn structure. E for ether, Neptune dissolution. Social crystallization, the linguistic proxy for Saturn, the cold, plus Neptune water. The moment invisible power solidifies into hard reality. Manifestations, border control, asset freezes, trade barriers. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot going on with this ingress right now. And the protocol is dreaming with discipline. The mandate is to move from disciplined dissolutions to manifested truth. The inquiry, what dream are you willing to build alone? Sovereignty is the only shelter.
Can I say something on that real quick? Because you sparked something in me. What that last slide was talking about our dreams and being willing to build something. And we're being challenged in this era to build something from within, to build something from our own personal power. Y'all know I'm always talking about that on this channel. Your personal power in my cardology readings and my healing heartbreak stuff. And this is what this time period, this conjunction is all about. And it aligns with the song, The Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, that's right. Um, I think this is the last slide here. It's just showing the 36-year horizon. The thaw is complete. The new world is freezing into shape. You decide the form of the ice you will live within. So right now is the seed point, and the harvest for this will be when this conjunction happens next in Gemini, which won't be until 2061. So I'll be 80 years old when that happens.
So you're essentially saying in what, how many years we'll be
Oh,
reaping?
that's 36 years.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what's beginning now is we'll see the end of that, or that's gonna come to a close, and something new is gonna begin around 2061.
Hmm.
And as we know, things are changing so fast right now, so there's no telling what that might be at that time.
We just gotta be ready, right?
Uh,
As they say in the
yeah.
church, be ye also ready. No, I'm not telling you the truth. That's what they say. Be ye also ready. I remember them saying that all the time.
And that's all I got for now with that side.
Can you stop your share or
Uh, I'm not able. I don't think I'm able. Oh wait, here I am. I think. Yeah. Does
uh-oh,
that
you
take it
did
away?
it. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Well, I want to tell a little funny story because sometimes real life situations can be predictive for what we're dealing with. Yes, we're looking at the mathematics with the astrology and the cardology, but some the real because what we experiencing over the summer, last summer, ice.
We were having issues with the refrigerator going out. I was having to
Mm-hmm.
go and pick up a new bag of ice
And
just
how
about every
often?
other day to put in the cooler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that situation at the time, it seems stressful. However, moments in our life can be letting us know what's ahead. You was going, like you said, every other day going to get that ice, fill up the cooler, because our refrigerator broke down
Yeah.
to the extreme where it can might like a candle. Ice. Well, let's talk about Vanilla Ice, because of course he tells us, he says in a lot of interviews he wrote this song when he was 16. We got to talk about when he was born. He was actually born October 31st, 1967. And y'all know that October 31st is what? Halloween. And it's not a bad thing. That's one of the things I love with the discovery of cardology. What that means is he has a four of hearts. That is his birth card. And it's all about love. He even still employs love to this day with his renovations, all the stuff he does with real estate. He's got an energy drink. He's just loving on the people. I would say this song was a loving song because he did it with his VIP posse, the Vanilla Ice posse. They're over there dancing, doom 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 doom. You gotta love your friends to dance with them in that black and white like that, don't you? You can't. Them ain't them some good friends when they wanna they wanna move with you like that.
Yeah.
But that's him. And with the Four of Hearts, you'll hear a lot of cardology specialists speak on this. The Four of Hearts is that traditional love, that ideal, perfect love. But one of the challenges I've noticed with the Four of Hearts is they have to learn to be non-traditional, to be a little bit less rigid with their love. And I know this because one of my sisters, she's a Four of Hearts. But what do you have to say about his? Oh, wait, wait, wait. Before you get into that, I just remember something because y'all know his real name is Robert Van Winkle. There's this fable, this short story about a guy named Rip Van Winkle. And what ends up happening, and this falls in line with what Terrence was sharing earlier. Apparently he left his house, his wife, he was like mad at his wife, and he fell asleep in a forest for 20 years. So when he woke up, this 20-year 36-year cycle, when he woke up, everything had changed. That's us. Oh, we woke up, Ice Ice Baby came in 1990. Now we waking up in 2026 and everything has shifted. But that's what the story is about. So I don't think he was named by chance, even though he took his last name from his mom's new husband. So that ain't even his real dad. That's his stepdad. Van Winkle, Rip Van Winkle. Y'all go look up that story and find out what, because there's an alignment between his name, Robert Van Winkle, and Rip Van Winkle. What you got
Um,
for us on the birth chart?
let me see. Let me pull that up. Um,
He looks so
yeah, what?
slick in that picture. He like,
Yeah, they did. They did the nice comic book animation here for it in front of the chart. But yeah, he's yeah, like you said, born October 31st, 1967. The location I got was Miami, but I did see some sources that said Dallas, but most were saying Miami. But either way, the planets are still going to be in the same place. So his sun is a Scorpio sun, um, and that's a fixed water sign. So there's ice, there's water. Then let's see, the dominant mode, fixed cardinal tension. Let's see what we got. The core identity of his Scorpio sun, which the fixed signature, obsessive focus, refusal to yield energetically, designed to resist change. His Jupiter connection is his grand visualizations hiding a secretive core. So, of course, the vision of having this song was such a big deal. Um, well, it would be in such a big song, and I'm sure he probably didn't really expect it to blow up the way it did in the end. Um, the psychological profile, intense emotions concealed by phlegm, hidden force inclined towards difficult causes.
You know,
The rapper's tool, weaponized communication. Oh, you were saying something?
oh, I saw something in that last slide. You don't have to go back, but it's concerning. There's more at the depths under the ice than at the core. So this fixed
Oh,
signature,
that has to
Jupiter.
do with that's actually Scorpio, a trait of Scorpio being a water sign. Usually, what you see on the surface, a Scorpio person is a lot deeper than what you see on the surface.
Oh,
So it's just saying, yeah, yeah, a Scorpio person, there's a lot more to them than what you see at first. Yeah, that's mainly what they're showing in this slide right here.
almost like you got to break the ice.
Yeah, but then there's a whole lot more ice under that.
For real.
Um, yeah, with his weaponized communication, he has also has a Mercury that's in Scorpio and it's in retrograde. So his communication is not chatty; it's rhythmic interrogation. The mind is curt, critical, and controversial. The cadence, this placement creates a delivery style that is intense and probing. It hounds the listener into a corner, hitting hard with percussive words rather than melody. So, of course, with the song Ice Ice Baby was heavy with the Miami bass sound. The lyrics were loud and clear. So it was definitely a song that was catchy that got your attention when you heard it. Um, the smoking gun is his Mars in Capricorn. And when it says exalted, Mars being exalted in Capricorn means it's also that's a strong placement for Mars in Capricorn. Of course, it's at Mars is strong in Aries and in Scorpio, but in Capricorn, it's also a very good placement for it. And it's at 6 degrees Capricorn. And in 1990, the world was governed by a massive Capricorn stellium, which means there were several planets that went through Capricorn that year. But and with his natal Mars being there, all those planets crossed over his Mars, which meant there was a lot of activity. And
Hmm.
Mars is action. So of course there was a lot of action with his song taking off the way it did. The mechanics, it was transforming musical impulse into a structured product, a relentless cold work ethic designed for maximum commercial impact. And he was definitely a commercial success.
I got something on that because you reminded me. You all these slides has reminded me of stuff that I read. In 1990, there was an immigration act signed by President. This was Daddy Bush, George H.W. Bush, y'all. He in this particular immigration act increased the amount of immigrants that could come into the United States. And what do you know? 36 years later, we trying to decrease it. So it's like these ebbs and flows that you're speaking about in his chart, where we have this expansion, decrease. Because why did they want to let all them people in the first place? And now they want to get rid of them. I bet you it was for, I think it was for labor. I don't know. That's just my suspicion. It's like they wanted extra labor.
Uh,
I always got
yeah, it's,
conspiracy theories. Yeah.
um, and also the commercial hook would be his Libra, his moon that was in Libra, the Venusian ease. While the core is intense and cold, the Libra moon provides the pop filter. It rules charm, fashion, and the ability to please the masses. It translated the dark intensity into a polished aesthetic palatable for 1990s MTV. So
Mm.
you saw this video all over MTV. He was on all the interviews, late night shows, all over the radio, cars driving by, everybody had the tapes. Yeah, he could
Doom,
just
doom, 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 doom,
just
doom,
couldn't
doom,
get away
doom,
from this
doom,
song.
doom, 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 doom. Ah,
So what we have here this year, 2026, is the Great Reset. Capricorn, this conjunction in Capricorn with Saturn and Neptune was the freeze, and now with it happening in Aries, that's it thawing out. So now things are really about to heat up. So maybe he'll come out with hot baby or something now.
I don't know why that made me think of hot Cheetos, but hot
That could be.
Cheetos,
We might see something with hot Cheetos. We might have to be on the lookout for that.
hot fries,
Maybe he gets a yeah, that
Nashville
might
hot.
that might be something that yeah, Nashville hot. Yeah, the ice archetype was the totem of 1990 Capricorn structure. As Saturn and Neptune move into Aries in 2026, the astrological weather shifts from cold earth to fiery individualism. Uh, the ice is melting, but the archetype remains as a marker of the transition. And when they say individualism, they're saying that because Aries represents the self. Aries is the first house in the chart, and that represents yourself and being individual and setting yourself apart, like being a trailblazer or a pioneer.
Mm, yeah. Was that all you had about the his birth?
Yeah, that's all I got for that one.
We definitely want to transition into when this song was released. We know it was released in the year 1990. There was conflicting dates, but it was all in August, like 10 days apart. August 12th, some reports say, August 22nd, some other reports say. And it was the first number one rap song to be on the Hot 100. That's big. There was a lot of controversy. And I know, Terrence, you're going to talk about this, but there was a lot of controversy when it came out because people were saying, oh, how dare this white rapper come into our genre? You know, we got MC Hammer. He had a conflict on the Arsenio Hall show. It was just all kinds of things. And what I discovered in the cardology, and this actually speaks to that controversy, the release date is a four of clubs. What is the four of clubs all about? Anytime you see the four in cardology, I think about it as a box. Ice. I mean, but this is keeping your thoughts in a box. So the people who said we can only have hip hop from New York, the Bronx represent. You know them people didn't even want no Southern rap. They ain't want no St. Louis rap. They ain't want no Miami rap. So it wasn't even about his ethnicity or race. It was more like our idea of hip hop is one thing, and that's what the clubs represent. The mental, the ideas, the visions. But because of this, the date of the song was released, it was shifting. It was taking that vision outside of the normal box, the normal realm of what people thought that rap and hip hop should be. Cause he was up there, he said, "I'm gonna dance my thing. I'm gonna have my little weird hair. My hair kind of look like that today. I don't know." He said, "I'm gonna have my little." It's reminding me of the Jim Carrey sketch from In Living Color. He did him so wrong. I was like, this is what you got for us in terms of this when the song was released, because there was a lot of things happening in the stars around this release date too.
Let me see. Um, Making sure I got the right one coming up here. Okay, this is it. Um, yeah. So,
Oh, that's the
oh
award
wait,
night.
no, that's not it.
We
Wait,
gonna
let
get
me
to that.
see. Uh, I think this was the right one. Okay, so the date I had that I came across was August 12th, 1990. Um, what was the date you said you had?
The 22nd, August 22nd. Something weird just happened. When you brought that slide up that says the data music froze, my headphones, which are over there, they slid off the ledge and fell into the floor.
I
You
don't,
can't make
something's
this.
happening. We don't, well, what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, I saw them. I was like, how is that happening? It was like somebody pushing.
We might have a ghost joining us on the live stream.
Yeah.
Uh, well, even though the dates are a little bit off, the astrology is still going to be pretty close because that's only a couple days off. But this is the I didn't write this, but this is what Notebook LM came up with, the astrological blueprint of a cultural virus.
Hmm.
Um, that's interesting. And it has the Capricorn heavy hitter. Saturn was in Capricorn. That's the bones of the song. Hard coded commercial structure, the bass line. Uranus is the shock, the disruption of the status quo, a white rapper that's topping the rap and R&B charts. And you have Neptune, the glamour, which is the constructed persona. He had the haircut with the parts in the side. Um, they had the dissolution of the yeah dissolution of the underground versus the mainstream, and this was very mainstream. So the insight for this would be it was a hard-coded event. The music didn't just flow, it was engineered by the cosmos. So you can see here the three planets were right there at the top of the chart in Capricorn. Um, then we have Mercury was in Virgo. That's the precision of the sample, which it was sampled from Queen and David Bowie, uh, Under Pressure, which he was later sued for that. But he was just starting out. And with hip hop around that time, a lot of rappers were being sued because that's when sampling was just becoming a thing at that time too. Um, so yeah, Virgo is the perfectionist, and I know a lot about that.
Mm-hmm. He sure
Oh,
do.
and the and the analyst. This placement dictated the clinical precision of the theft and the subsequent legal technicalities. And a quote for this is not the same. It has the extra that extra ding, the defense of a low vibration Mercury.
You know
Oh,
what? That
well, that's
was,
what Ice Ice Baby.
yeah, that's what he was saying. They showed, and one of the things I noticed, because of course I'm the musician too, so I saw the staff, the music, the score, and it showed where in Queen's song it had like, oh, it's missing that note, and Ice Ice Baby Vanilla Ice was like, no, we got an extra note, or we don't have that note, so it's not the same, so it's the extra ting. I'm like, really? People know that that's recognizable from anywhere. Come on now.
Then we have the Aries moon, the spark of combat, the emotional engine. The moon was in Aries on the release day, uh, and that Aries is the Aries moon is the warrior, the pioneer, the I am. The manifestation was despite the cool title, the driving force was fire. That placement explains the aggressive, defensive confidence and the need to fight for territory in a genre he didn't belong to. The audio log, he says, "Kiss my white butt." That's
I
an
remember
AMA
that.
recording.
No.
And it's something I just realized. I just now realized this, but the song Vanilla Ice, the song being Ice Ice Baby, you had the Aries moon, so he had fire and ice going on. And then now we're coming out, we have fire and ice now going on.
Hmm.
So that theme of fire and ice just keeps popping up.
Sure
And
do.
let's see, this is transits to the agent, the ego inflation. On the release date, you had the natal sun, which is intensity, secrets, and transformation. And that was opposite of Jupiter that day, which was a ego expansion, the ego expansion vector, which was opposite Jupiter, which is showmanship, royalty, and excess. And you also had what was the square? Um, I think it was. It's not showing it on this chart, but I think it was the transiting sun was square to his sun, I think, or something that day. Well, this says the square friction causing massive overconfidence. The universe handed him a megaphone, but the angle ensured the attention would be polarizing. Oh, yeah, because a square is a challenging aspect. So that a square forces something to happen, and it could be either good or bad, but it's definitely going to be one or the other. Um, and in conclusion for this part, we have the permanent freeze. So the 1990 release wasn't just a song, it was the birth of a fixed archetype, the mechanics. It was heavy Capricorn energy that froze the moment into a structural pillar of pop culture. And the cycle, as we approach the next Saturn-Neptune conjunction in 2026, the cycle resets, the ice thaws, and the virus reactivates.
What
Case
virus?
closed. They called, remember at the beginning of this, they called it the, what was it?
I
Some
guess it's
kind of
mainly
virus.
like a vocal virus.
Uh, oh, they
Oh,
called it a cultural
cultural.
virus.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah. You know what else the cardology says about ICE? You know when what is it? Internal customs. I don't remember what the E stands for, but we know them as ICE. Guess what it is when you do the numbers?
What's
Another.
that?
It's another four. And the
Oh,
fours keep showing up. And so now this time it's a four of spades for ICE, which this is more about raising the consciousness of, like you were mentioning, the cycle is complete. We're going to start a new cycle. Let people go inward with their spirituality a bit to investigate some things. That's what the four of spades, this ice, internal, that's what they talking about, like, or international. I don't know if it's international or internal, what the acronym stands for, but either way, it's forcing us within. Any of the spades cards in cardology is all about your consciousness, your highest self. And that's what this song was. Even though it was fun and hey, I can dance to it, it's a message. There's a message behind it, and people still, what, 36 years later, is dancing to this. I saw a recent concert, and the people was up. I mean, it was like 50 people on the stage. You would have thought they was 16. It was 50-year-olds. You know, they're just boom, boom, boom. They're just going. I was like, it imprinted something in there. It iced it in. It froze. It was like they was frozen in time.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely one of those songs that never really went away all the way. It was
Hmm.
always popping up in a commercial here and there on a movie, TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't leave us at all. Okay, our third thing we want to discuss is the American Music Awards, because the year following the release of this song, he won an award. And that the date for the award, and we saw in one of those slides, he said, "Kiss my white butt," in one of it, and winning the award. This was January 28th, 1991. The award show took place in Los Angeles. He won two awards, one for new hip hop rap artist, and then another one for favorite pop rock new artist. And how the cardology breaks down on that day, y'all, we can't make this up. It was a queen of clubs. Where he get the song from? Queen. So, queen of clubs. They said we gonna show up. We gonna let you know, AMA. Yeah, you got them awards, but you gotta pay homage to the queen. That's what the queen of club is about. Is intuition. Another thing of going within. We saw all the fours with these dates, but now we are looking at one of the highest cards in the deck, especially when it comes to your mindset, your thought patterns, all of this. What he was speaking that day, because our thoughts are connected to our speech. So, what he said in that speech, well, both of them, because he won two awards, was connected to this. He was speaking from the queen mentality, the motherly, that motherly aspect from within him. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you know you always got to pay homage to your mama. Word to
Oh,
my mama.
yeah. That
Word
was a
to the
slang around that time too.
Yeah. Word to the mother. What you got for us about the AMAs?
Let's see. For this one, for this one, I have Anatomy of an Award Night. Like you said, January 28th, 1991. That was in LA. The sun was in Aquarius. And let's see, the artist engine, the internal wiring was Mars and Capricorn. I believe this is from his natal chart. I think he had the Mars and Capricorn. Um, yeah, the CEO of Rhythm, the methodical, relentless, industrial. He didn't just rap, he manufactured a brand. This placement explains the rap win validation of structure, not street cred. And what it says here about him manufacturing a brand, he still lives off that today, even though he's not rapping. He's into real estate. I think he does he decorate homes too or something?
He probably does remodel. I know he's got the energy drink.
Yeah, energy drink, reality show. Um, yeah, then we got the event in the sky. Okay, so that day, Uranus was the planetary ruler because the sun was in Aquarius, and Uranus rules Aquarius. And so that was the rebel, the future. So he was considered a rebel and the future of hip hop at that time. The vibe was cerebral, detached, techno cool. The cultural match, the industry was primed to reward the new over the soulful. Sampling technology met the Aquarian desire to break norms. So what that means is with Uranus being the chart ruler or being the planetary ruler of the sun at that time, Uranus is about the rebel, something new, something unexpected. So here it is, the white rapper who's the most successful rapper at that moment, winning the awards and having all the songs played. So that was out of the ordinary because there wasn't before him. There really wasn't a white rapper that really came about. And then of course we didn't see that again until Eminem came along.
Well, we did have the Beastie Boys. I mean,
Oh well, yeah, that is right. Yeah, but I don't know if they were ever considered the number one overall
mm,
because well at that point hip hop was still I guess considered more underground. It wasn't mainstream like it was when this song came out. Um, the trigger mechanism for him winning these awards was the Jupiter square. So transiting Jupiter, which represents luck, performing ego, and expansion, was square to his natal sun, which is privacy, intensity, and control. And let's see, the friction here was it was a high tension aspect. Jupiter forced a private Scorpio nature onto the massive Leo stage. The geometry created massive rewards, but overwhelming pressure to perform. So now he's in the spotlight. So now he has to live up to the hype of being there. And You have decoding the dual win. It's the pop appeal versus the structural authority. So it's Aquarius vibe. The pop win is the sun rewarded novelty, mass appeal, and the cool factor because of course he's the commercial hit song and he looks cool because he has the cool haircut and the clothes and dancing. Then you have the validity Capricorn. That's the rap win. That's Saturn the judge, which sat which was conjunct his natal Mars that day. The industry validated the structure and metrics of the work. So when Saturn comes along, that's usually like a defining career moment. Like, and then that being on his Mars, that was him being rewarded for a hit song. Um, but the aftermath point, the anaretic degree, which is 29 degrees Capricorn, whenever something is at 29 degrees of a sign, that usually means that that's when you're going to get like the most extreme, or you may often see an extreme event happen. That's like when they say someone's going out with a bang.
Mm.
That's like the fireworks show at the end of the Fourth of July celebration. So his career, the song took off. He's on top of the world, and then at this point now everybody's like, okay, the song is played out. We're tired of seeing him. What else does he have? So then that after that, it's people kind of turned on him because with the critical degree, the 29 degrees, it was at peak saturation, so the energy was stretched to the breaking point. People just couldn't take it anymore. Get him off my TV. I don't want to hear him on the radio. Then the shift was immediately after he won this, Saturn moved into Aquarius. So that's just how astrology works sometimes. The a planet moving into a new sign, things can just suddenly flip on you. So for him, the industry tolerance for the manufactured structure evaporated instantly. So he won his awards, and then it's like they were just done with him after that. Um, and I think that's the end of that
That's a
sideshow.
sad story. That's how they be doing people. Be like, you just get this one
Well, I mean, he
song.
still, yes, so many that just get their one hit.
He had other hits, like with this one being so monumental, it's like the other songs didn't play that funky music. He had that one too.
Yeah, it just nothing was able to catch up to what he started out with.
Hmm. Yeah, and there's all kinds of stories like Suge Knight being involved because there was apparently a co-writer of the song, and so Suge Knight threatened Vanilla Ice. This they said he was hanging off the had him hanging off the balcony. Just craziness, the
Yeah.
craziness. But eventually, Suge Knight was instrumental in getting that other co-writer paid. He said, I'm gonna get you some royalties. So everybody, even though it was the top song, from what I've read over time, because of all the people that were taking cuts or who sued him, Queen, David Bowie, that songwriter, the people who created the mural on the building with the mural that's in the music video sued him. So it's like he was docking away at his profits. Like everybody want to come for him. Crazy. The craziness. Don't you have, I think you had something else. You had kind of a something to tie all this stuff in for us that we discussed today.
Uh, yeah, this last one I have here, this pretty much this shows how recently he's come back into popularity because of rage going on. They started using that his song as a theme song. So now his song is back on the Billboard chart, all the way up to number 3 recently on the. And there's also some astrology here that shows why that happened. Um, yeah, Ice Ice Baby, the 36-year astrological return. And as I was saying in the beginning, with oh, can am I still on?
Oh yeah, you're showing it.
Oh, okay, my screen went out for a second. Um, yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, with the 36-year cycle between the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, that lines up perfectly with the release of this song and with the song now coming back on the charts. So 1990 was the Capricorn freeze, and 2026 is the Aries fire. So the blueprint here, we got his birth information again. Well, it's kind of like a recap of what we've seen earlier. But Mars and Capricorn was like a physical antenna. The chart was wired to receive the structural frequency of the 1990 stellium that was happening in Capricorn. And the astrology of theft, which is him sampling the song. They kind of messed up the symbol for Uranus here, but yeah, the dissolution of boundaries, that was Neptune and Capricorn. Uranus and Capricorn was a shock to the system, with him coming out as the white rapper, taking over rap, and the result ended up being copyright infringement because of the not getting the samples cleared. And he was also the first rapper to make number 1 on the Billboard charts. That was November 3rd, 1990. Jupiter was in Leo. Um, that was the expansion of his ego and hubris. Like he said, he had the quote, "Kiss my white butt," when he won the award. The warning was unstable ascent. So even though he was taken off, it was a sharp uh, increase, but then it was also a sharp decline once people got tired of hearing it, got tired of hearing the song. Um, and we have the coronation of cultural stasis, the institution, and you have the outsider. So January 28th, 1991 was the American Music Awards. The outsider is crowned by the system. So the white rapper wins the award for best rap artist. And the result is he gets a freeze frame moment. So that's in history now, as being having the first number 1 rap single, and also being the white rapper that, well, or at least the first white rapper that was the number 1 guy at the time.
Do you
Um,
feel there are a lot of outsiders who win awards? Like we're talking about these music awards, maybe it's the Grammys, American Music Awards, VMAs.
I think so. Maybe not a lot. I think there's only a few that you get every year that they put a spotlight on.
Hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think that's something that's going on. Um, and here we are in 2026. This is the thaw and the fire. So the conjunction between Saturn and Neptune at 0 Aries. We're dealing with the ice, wartime recruitment, student walkouts, like you were just saying earlier, that you said your sister said there were fights and protests at her school today.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, I'm not an expert on the asteroids, but there's an asteroid called Pewona, and the meaning of that one is strategic cooperation. And I believe that one is also conjunct Saturn and Neptune right now too.
You know, that name sounds very indigenous. Powona, like a tribe or
Uh,
something.
yeah, actually it does. Yeah. So then with this cycle, the Capricorn cycle, we went from cold to hot action, cold structure to hot action now. And so right now we're in the heat of things. And in conclusion, we got the fixed star, 1990, the Capricorn freeze, 2026, the Aries fire, Saturn Neptune return, 36 years, went from copyright battles to state enforcement. Yeah, yeah, that's what, yeah. So what this means is when he first came out with the single, he was battling artists before him that were suing him for the copyright. And now you have his song being used as like a theme song for for the ICE I guess you would say what, law enforcement, border patrol.
Well, rallies. I would say more
Well,
for the
yeah, it's
rallies
more
than
like a
law.
rally song. Um, so the philosophy here is the pop culture artifacts are batteries. They store time and discharge when the cycle repeats. The relentless baseline of past provides the rhythm for the battles of the new era.
All right, that's
Um,
good. You got the transitioning. He going from the cool to the ice spicy. He
uh,
like I was
yeah,
cool, now I'm spicy. That's a yes, to me it's always fascinating when we look at history and especially when the song came out in 1990. Did this song writer or did we know we would be experiencing ice raids and all of this stuff centered around ice? Much like our first episode, we talked about boots on the ground. That song became popular before these boots got on the ground. You know, we was they're talking about the National Guard and all the various things happening, but I see music. Music is not just music, everybody. We all know that by now. Sometimes it sets the tone. It could be igniting for a shift, even 36 years later, letting us know what's about to come. Prince 1999, we going to do that one later, but is kind of marking a spot in history. Music has a way of doing
yeah.
that. You got any final words for us?
It's just interesting looking at not just this song, but thinking back uh to what other songs or what else was may have been going on in 1989, 90 that's repeating itself now or coming to a close now.
I
I'm
got
sure
one.
there's a lot of things we haven't looked up, but
You
I'm
made
trying
me.
to, I can't.
There's a song, Poison. Belle Biv DeVoe was out.
What was that, 1990?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, because that's been on a couple of commercials. Then you got New Edition, they're on tour right now.
Correct. Because what I see with Poison, one of the lines in there, it says, "Never trust a girl with a big butt and a smile." Who do we have on the TV now? A lot of women with a big butt and a smile. I'm just saying. They got
Yeah,
BBLs We didn't know at the time these women was gonna have BBLs, big butts and a smile. So should we trust them? And we were just watching who Stormy Wellington. She got a big butt and a smile. I mean,
Yeah, then you got Meg the Stallion with the Tory Lanez case. That's back in the news again. And then if in Chinese astrology, we just moved into the fire horse year. Then you
mm,
got Meg the Stallion. That's the new she's her name comes from a horse name.
we got so we want y'all to watch out for what's to come and the relevance of this particular song, Ice Ice Baby. Y'all know Robert Van Winkle. Why even look for what he's doing? His chart says a lot. The chart of the song says a lot when it was released. The chart in the astrology, I mean, the cardology of the American Music Award speaks a lot, and we see the fours as a consistent thing. The only four, and this is interesting. So we had these three fours show up in the spread, but the one that's missing is the four of diamonds. But I know why it's missing because the money was getting funny. Because the four of diamonds represents the money. And with all these lawsuits and the people coming in saying, you can't do that, you can't sing that, we want you to do that, you're going to lose your. It wasn't stable. Like the other portions were stable, but the money won't there. Now it's coming back because the song is here again with what's going on politically.
Yeah.
Always cool how this stuff makes a cycle. Time is cyclical. It's not, oh, it's just happened in the past. Oh, that was 1990. No, it's happening now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we're going to see y'all next time. This has been another edition of Sumter and Kent, where we give you the intel on what made the songs a hit. My name is Elmira.
Yeah, my name is Terrence.
We'll see you on the flip side. And by that, we mean the flip side of the record or the CD. Well, you can't really put no CD on the flip side, but okay, bye everyone.